y'all laughing?
What it is.
What's happening? What's going on?
Another Philadelphia Eagles win. You know, we got over that hump. You know, the Bucks had our number for the last few games, but here we go. We back on top with the Bucks. What's going on, Meech? What's going on, Gotti?
What's going on, man? Hey, it's Victory Monday, baby.
Yeah. What's up, Meech?
Hey, we got something to talk about. That's all I'm saying.
We got something to talk about.
We got something to talk about.
We got to shake it up.
We got to shake it up. We got a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and just get into it.
Let's get into this, John.
So, what was your overall impression of the Eagles' performance in this win, Meech?
Trash. Second half. Trash, man. Trash. I'm getting sick of it. Every week we got to come out and defend Jalen Hurts. I'm through defending it. Every week we got to come out and defend it, and we got to lead off by saying a win is a win. I know that. I'm tired of saying that. Every week. Yes, we do win, and you know, if we win the Super Bowl like that, so be it. But man, we got to do better, man. We said this the last game, you know, ball distribution and all that stuff, that was critical. We see what's happening now. You know, less than 20 catches between your two star receivers, less than 200 yards, man, between two number one receivers. That's out of control, man. That's out of control. And that's, you know, was a performance. We got the win. Yes, you can celebrate the win. You know, we're one of only two teams still undefeated. But man, we have major work to do, man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you know, we've been asking for starting off hot. That's what we've been asking for. We've been asking to start off hot.
We got to be more specific.
There you go.
So we started off. First half was like, okay, this is the start we need. Okay, so what we gonna do? The second half it was like the first half we've been playing the rest of the whole season. It's like we can't get two complete halves. What you got on the Gotti?
Same thing, man. I mean, the last time we had a complete game was the Super Bowl, and I mean, we are week 4 into the new season. And again, man, I have to separate the grading into the two halves, man.
Yeah,
I got to do it again. You know, the first half phenomenal. We started off. You know, Sidney Brown, when I mean that joker was at the right place at the right time with that pump block. You know, touchdown, boom. So special teams clicking, came down. Offense, you know what I'm saying? The fake tush push, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Clicking. Defense, I think we held them to 6 in the first half, right?
Yeah.
You know, no touchdowns. Defense is clicking. Second half, totally different grading scale. We went from an A to a daggone D+. Right now, granted, I don't know if I'm getting too deep into it right now. Those 2 touchdowns. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have drove down the field and scored. You know, we never know. But those 2 touchdowns, they got. I'm not even gonna say they lucky. They professionals. They took advantage of us. They got us. They caught us with our pants down, and it might have been a different game. That's 140 yards and touchdowns. But as far as that was the defense, but the offense, trash. Second half was trash.
All right, let's get into it. Since you already talking about it, Gotti. Let's go ahead and talk about why did our Eagles offense fall so flat in the second half.
Man, I kind of think it's a mental thing, man. And it's like I said, it's the tale of two halves, man. It's like whatever happens at the end of the first half, they feel like that it's either you do good and you feel like you don't have to do any more, or you do bad and you feel like you got to improve in the second half, like you know, we've been the second half team. But I don't know. The defense still played pretty well. Like I said, those 2 touchdowns. Not saying Tampa Bay wouldn't have went down to score, but those 2 touchdowns, those 2 bombs were. And like I said, I'm not even gonna say lucky. They got some good shots. They got some good shots in on us. You know what I'm saying? But the offense, man, I think that we were trying to force at one point. I think we were trying to force the ball to AJ Brown. There was one drive in the series where Jalen threw him the ball. He was covered. The very next play, I think it was a second and third down. He was covered. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to force the ball. I don't know if they're trying to say, okay, this is our prime receiver, and we're going to make him win the game for us, or make him help us, or if they was trying to appease to him. But he was not open. He was not open, and I feel like they were trying to force him the ball. I think Tampa Bay had great coverage in the secondary. Great coverage in the secondary, and that ultimately led to, of course, the linemen, they can't hold those blocks forever, and led to a couple of sacks. But I don't know, man. I think I'm credit to Tampa Bay.
My man Joel Perez Martinez said we're winning on turnovers alone. That's how we win in these games. On turnovers alone, that's how we win. What y'all think?
I mean, not totally on turnovers. They help spark, that drive, stuff like that. They set the tone, but I mean, shit. I mean, they still scoring touchdowns.
I mean, the last game was won on a block. That turnover, the turnover leading to a touchdown.
Yeah.
I would say special teams played it, but that turnover didn't lead to a win. That block did.
Nah.
But I mean, like I said, you never know. You never know if he didn't block that punt in the beginning, if we'd went down and drove and scored anyway. Was getting the ball back, whether either we blocked it and scored or the punt was gonna get the ball back that drive. So you never really know. It's not a what if, what if thing. It's the future, it's here, it's the now. You can't go by what is.
Yeah. Red just says, do y'all think it's 4-0 the hard way?
Absolutely.
It sure ain't the easy way.
It is not the easy way.
It's. I mean, if we have all these questions about these wins, then you already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know. Like I said, Saturday, we're turning into the last season Chiefs. We're winning these games, in the fourth quarter, which is great. It shows adversity and everything like that. But we want to win these games early. We want to have these games locked in by at least the middle of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth. But my blood pressure medicine can't take it, man. I get up early on Sundays. Sometimes I forget to take my pill. You know what I'm saying? I sit down and watch the game. They gotta, what I'm saying? They gotta, if they ain't gonna put nothing on my insurance, man, they gotta start blowing these people out.
Hey, we was before we went live, all our fans out there, before we went live, we was discussing a little situation. Now I know if y'all watched the game, we talking about we was flat the second half. Now if y'all watched the game, Jalen got hit. He got hit, and he went to the ground. He bumped his helmet on the ground. Do y'all think? Hold on, what's going on? Do y'all think that he got concussed? That's why I don't know what happened. Y'all think he got concussed? That's why he fell off on the second half so flat. What y'all think in the comments? What you think, Meech?
Yeah, man. I think he got touched a little bit, man. He wasn't all the way there like a Tua was. Tua talking about Lord was. He wasn't there, but he definitely was seeing Tweety Bird. Tweety Bird was flying around that day, boy. I'm gonna tell you that now. He looked around. That joker looked up. He looked to the left. He looked to the right. He said, "Which one of y'all kicked me? Which one of y'all kicked me?" Yeah, man. Hey, he something happened to him. But like Irv said, man, they didn't call it during the game, so oh well. It is what it is at that point, man. But I mean, we are such a lackluster team right now, and I always say this. It's a good problem to have to win and then be able to come and dissect the game like we're doing, having good, candid conversation. But it just sucks the amount of star power and talent that we have on our team. We're not distributing the ball. We're going 0 for 8 in an entire half. That's just insane to me with the amount of people, the amount of passes. It just looked like everything was, Gotti alluded to it, but it just seems like everything was he was trying to force everything in there. The second half, it just was not lining up. And the point I want to always make is that the receiver's legacy depends on the quarterback's arm. Along with the couple other factors as far as the offensive line holding up to give Jaden those 2 to 3 seconds to be able to get the ball out of his hand. But a wide receiver's legacy strongly depends on the quarterback's arm, his mental strength, his ability to downplay, check down, do whatever to read coverages and exploit the coverages. That's what their legacy depends off of. That's what their contract negotiation depends off of. That's their negotiation powers is the quarterback throwing them the ball. And you have two number one receivers, and Dotson could arguably go to whatever team and possibly be a number one on that team. So I'm gonna say two number ones, 1.5, 2.5, or call them a two, whatever you want to call it. It's just really, really saddening that you go 0 for 8 in an entire half, no points put up in the fourth quarter whatsoever, man. It's just frustrating.
Definitely.
Yeah, my man Joel Perez Martinez said this is our offense through 4 games last season. Last season, we were 365 points per game. Well, 365 points through the for 4 games. This season, we're going to 251 points. Right now, we're ranked 30th in offense production for the season so far. We're only beating Cincinnati and Tennessee Titans as far as offense producing points right now through 4 weeks. We got to do better. We got to do better.
100%. 100%.
All right. So what we got next? What happened to the defense intensity in the second half, Meech? What happened to our defense?
I went to the bathroom. I was on the phone with Vic, and I gotta take the blame for this. I went to the bathroom. I was cooking some ribs. I went out to check the ribs. All of a sudden, I hear chatter in my headphones. They calling these plays I wasn't a part of, and we get burnt 2 plays in a row. I said, "Come on, man!" And we come back and we hold our ground. We do the thing. I want Goddard to talk about the last play of the game though. I don't know if I can't remember if that's a question in here or not. But we'll talk about that at the end. But I mean, the defense is just we're doing just enough. You know what I mean? So teams don't run out or run the points up on us. We're doing just enough, and you can maybe call that a success, whatever you want to call it. But I just think as a Super Bowl caliber team, we're not doing enough to keep the fans, pleased. We're not doing enough to be a force to be reckoned with like we were last year. I mean, obviously we had some losses in the offseason, some additions in the offseason. They still, do the pan out. But our defense is lackluster at best going into, the second half.
What you think, Got it?
So we kind of chatted on this a little bit before we started. Like I said, those 2 touchdowns that they had, like I said, not saying that they wouldn't have scored without those. You take away those 2 long touchdowns in the second half, maybe they drive, maybe they don't. But other than that, I think the defense held up pretty good. First half, we held them to 2 field goals, right? That's 14, that's 20. Would it end up with 25? So 3 field goals.
Yep.
In the safety. So it seems like when their back is against the wall, they play, right? We blocked the last game. We blocked that field goal, and it would save the game. And then when they got in the red zone, Jihad Campbell got that interception, right? So in the red zone. But back on their side of the field, I don't feel like the intensity was there.
Right.
I don't think the run defense was there. I tell you what did pick up though, the tackling. I seen some good tackling, some good one-on-ones, some good hold them up, wait for your buddy to come tackling. Instead of that, just trying to hit you and knock them over. I seen some good tackling yesterday. I seen not a surprise, Zach Bond all over the place. You know what I'm saying, making some key tackles. But as far as the intensity, man, I feel like the more their back is against the wall, the harder they play. And those 2 touchdowns, their back wasn't against the wall, and we got hit for two good ones.
Yeah, it's like sometimes they just take their foot off the gas when it comes to defense. On both sides of the ball, they take their foot off the gas. They think they can coast in. They think they're doing enough. And then 2 touchdowns, both over 70 yards, which was crazy.
No. One was 62, one was 71, something like that.
Okay.
But still close enough. Close enough.
Shoot. Close enough.
I also, man, it sucks being an Eagles fan You know, and please don't anybody in the comments, if this y'all first time getting on here, please don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we bleeding green all the way over here, you know what I'm saying? But we're just giving the raw, unfiltered truth about, you know, being our team. We're unbiased, you know what I mean? We're gonna point out when they do bad, when they do good, we give them just as much praise, right? But it just sucks that Gotti brought this up like two games ago where, you know, he said, you know, we weren't passing the ball. Now we go out and have a game where we passing the ball. It's like, are y'all satisfied now? Or something like that. You know what I mean? We shouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? You should not have to do that. You shouldn't go a whole entire half without getting AJ the ball or Devontae the ball or Calcaterra the ball, or you know what I mean, any one of these people the ball in the entire half. Come on, man. That's insane to me. That's insane.
We have three great receivers. We have a running back that can catch the ball out of the backfield, and 2 tight ends, and none of them catches the ball.
Yeah,
there's no way.
I know you can say catch the ball because that's kind of putting it on them. Like we're not able to get the ball to them.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't tell me.
There's no way you can't because they blitz. The Buccaneers blitz the ball. What does that mean? If somebody blitzes, somebody's open. Somebody's open. You have to get the ball to them on that side that they blitz. I mean, that's football 101. If somebody blitzing, you dump the ball right over their head to where they're at. Somebody has to be open. There's no way you're going to tell me Tampa Bay is a good defense. I'm giving them the credit. Todd Bowles is a great defensive-minded coach. I give him that credit. But there's no way you're going to tell me A.J. Brown has 6 inches over the guy that was guarding him, and he had him on lockdown the entire half? Get out of here. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
It's hard to believe they was blanketed the whole game. Like they were just getting covered. Come on now. We got to start
see the frustration setting in every pass that goes there. He's forcing the ball to AJ Brown. You know what I mean? And so the ball's getting frustrated. So, you know, got it. The defense, you know, they were doing their thing. You know what I mean? They had them Devontae locked down. They had AJ locked down, but not the entire game. I saw plays where they were open. Jalen just wasn't making the mature decisions to get the ball to those guys. And you can see the frustration setting in with AJ Brown. Every missed catch, every ball that sailed over his head. You know what I'm saying? It was getting on my nerves.
Yeah, it was getting crazy. I was just like, it just wasn't there, man. He was just missing AJ all day. Like it was just out of bounds over his head. It was just like, come on. I mean, I know AJ good, but come on, man. You got to at least get it in the vicinity so this guy can catch the ball.
Even that one he did catch when he converted on 3rd down, it was behind him.
Yep, it sure was. Yep.
So got to get him the ball, man.
Hey, I know he had quarterback. But I said this every show so far. I understand the criticism of Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? You're a Super Bowl MVP and you throwing for 150 yards. 15, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say. 15 throws for 150 yards. You're a Super Bowl MVP quarterback making $250 million and you only throw for 150 yards. Yes, we win. I got that. Don't come at me about that. We won stuff. I got it. We have to do more. You know what I'm saying? Because teams are only getting better. We have to do more.
Red Jet says it's hard being a fan of these teams. You know, I understand that wholeheartedly.
We understand. We understand.
I was talking to her. You know what I'm saying? She got beat down by them boys from Duval. What did he say? No. What Cohen said? What the coach said when he took over? Duval. Them boys came in there. They whooped on them. They whooped on them good. But we're not focused on them. We're not focused on them. We focus on these goddamn Eagles and why they can't distribute the ball to Calcaterra. I can't. Goddard, Devontae, AJ Brown, Dotson, Saquon, Shipley, Dylan. You got all of these options that's out here, and you can't get the ball to none of them. You could have threw the ball up to yourself and made a completion at that point.
Hey, they had our number, man. They studied us, and they were successful. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but they weren't that good though. There's no way you can tell me, and I'm watching it from Fox. I think the game was on Fox. I'm watching it from Fox's point of view, and then I go back, and I'm starting to look, looking at things throughout the day at work. And there were plays when people were open. It's just Jalen was not getting the ball to them. They're good. They're a good defense, but they not that goddamn good. We're not gonna give it to them like that now. They not the defensive we were last year. They're not doing that.
Oh no.
There was a lot of plays when our people were open. Like I said, there's 6 people I just named that are eligible receivers at any given moment, and you can't get the ball to none of them. Come on now, and you only attempted it 8 times. That's the whole thing. 8 times.
So I know Gotti brought this up earlier. He talked about the tail of 2 halves. So why is our offense like that, Gotti?
I'm trying to figure it out, man. Like I said, either they go into that locker room with different mentalities based on how we're winning, or we may be getting out coached. We might be getting out coached. We got completely shut down in the second half. I'm telling you, Saquon Barkley is pretty much a decoy right at this point, right? Because if he's in there, he's probably gonna get the ball. Now I don't know if y'all seen this. If they didn't, I'm gonna find it and send it to you. There's somebody had some film on Saquon, and they knew every time he was pass blocking, and they knew every time he was running. All right, this is a regular guy like one of us, somebody who has a page, and every time it would be a pass play, he'd scan the defense to find out who he's going to block. And he ran it. Every time he ran it, and he scanned, it was a pass play. When he didn't scan, it was a running play. So if that tell is evident to,
the
non-NFL people, then of course it's going to be evident to them. When AJ Dillon got in the game, he ran the ball, had a 12-yard pop, right? They're not focusing on the run when Saquon is in there. So I think we need to start mixing it up some more between the running backs. Hell, even take AJ out for a play. You know what I'm saying? And make Dotson the number one on a couple plays to kind of shake things up when they think it's going to be Smitty. You know what I'm saying? So we got to shake things up, man. We are the team that's under a microscope. When that schedule came out, this spring, or a couple, it's already out, but when that schedule came out, they were studying for us, man. They were studying us, and they were finding ways to try to beat us. And they're not beating us. They're successful in some things. Like say, I think the most yards Barkley had was what, like 60-some yards in the game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He usually have a couple 60-yard touchdowns in the game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We got to start mixing it up. Of course, everybody loves the fake tush push. I'm sure everybody loved those laterals to Goddard. And it's crazy how
pass, yep.
Yeah, it's crazy how now that most of our points came off of these plays that's like in the back of the playbook. And the stuff that we've been doing, we can't get shit off of. So we gotta start mixing it up and make ourselves less predictable, like we've been talking about.
So we talking about Barkley. So how was our run defense holding up, Meech?
We did good, man. The run defense held up pretty good. I mean, we only had them. I mean, shit, they didn't run the ball on us like they thought they were gonna do. So I mean, it held up, but I just wanted to go back to what Schottenheimer, Andy Reid, Sean McVay, all of those Bowles, all 4 of those coaches outcoached us on those games. We just did just enough to stay ahead at the very end. But all 4 of those coaches Dakota, Patty Mack, what's his name, Stafford, and Baker Mayfield. All 4 of those quarterbacks out quarterback Jalen Hurts. All 4 of these games, man, it came down to the wire. It came down to, like Gotti said, I can't call it luck because they professionals, but it came that we got out coached, we got out QB'd. Every game so far, it's just we just spark it up to the special teams, like he was talking about in the very beginning. Give credit to the defense too, you know what I mean? Because they held their own. Every team, we're not gonna skunk every team. The defense held their own, but we got out coached, out QB'd every game this year.
Yeah, we did. You're right.
Baker Mayfield threw 150 more yards than Jalen Hurts. Granted, 132 of those yards was on 2 plays alone. But you know what I mean? So it takes it down, if you subtract those plays, which I can't because they was a part of the game, it was only 20 yards more. But so that just shows you they weren't having the success through the air like it made it seem with those 2 runaway plays. But once we did the first one, we know we got the first one got over us, and he was who was on him. Jahad Campbell was on him. Bucky. He was on Bucky when he got behind him and he scored that 70-yarder.
That was the second one. That was the second one, right? That was the second one.
That was the first one.
That was the second one.
The second one.
The first one was the second one.
The first one was a
Yep. So once we did it on the first one, we allowed this shit to happen on the opposite side of the field with Bucky. But granted, you know what set that up? It wasn't just a regular, you know what I mean, 2 step drop, throw, bomb. I mean, that play, their offensive line held up for like 7 seconds. So let's call a spade a spade. Their offensive line held up for 7 seconds. They didn't get the holding call. That play, everything about that play, Baker Mayfield was scrambling. He ran through 5 tackles and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? We had hands on him. I mean, that if you really want to break down that play, I mean, there's a lot to be broken down inside of that play, man. They held it for at least 7 seconds for him to get that ball to them.
So let's talk about these penalties. You know, we've been getting penalized a lot. Some of these penalties have been pretty stupid, man. Some of them are pretty stupid. Like yesterday, we got that penalty on DeJean. He did that Iverson.
Yeah.
Did that Iverson step over my man? I didn't think that was bad. I don't know. I ain't mad at that. That one.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say I'm not even gonna say that was BS because I seen it throughout the whole league. Like they're cracking down on it pretty good. So you know we're no exception. And I see they even got a name for it, the Allen Iverson step over and everything like that. You know he easily could have went a different direction, but did he know? And it kind of looked like it could have been swept under the rug. Like the ref could have said something, but like I said, they're cracking down all over the league on the celebrations that's in people's faces, like that the unsportsmanlike stuff. But I think a couple of hits on a quarterback were when you coming in that fast and that hard, like Carter caught him by the ear hole. You know what I'm saying? That's him swinging. That wasn't intentional. But I mean, you're gonna get the penalty. It's not intentional. So I think a lot of the undisciplined penalties have toned down. So we still got those hits on the quarterback and stuff like that, but I think we had a couple of pass interference calls that were but
we got away with some too.
A whole lot of ripped t-shirts out there, boy. There's a whole lot of ripped t-shirts out there.
Yeah,
but as far as the disciplinary penalties, we did pretty good.
And it's like every time it's always like we third and deep, or we got third down, we got to stop them, and then we get the damn penalty, and we save them. We save them every time with the penalty. That like Mitchell said, we got away with a few penalties.
We got
a lot of ripped shirts out there.
I mean, he had one play. I mean, he pulled his shirt. It was like 3 yards of stretch.
Look, I was like this. Hey. Yeah, I mean, but crazy, it's always gonna be like that. There's a penalty every play. It's it's either hidden, not seen. But man, them pulling them coattails, man. All right, I don't know who paid them boys, but I'm gonna put something on it.
Yeah. I think
the only excuse I'll give them is in the second half. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. I'm glad because we were talking about going to that game, and I'm glad we weren't because that 100 degrees, and James Raymond Stadium, man, they set it up just like that on purpose. So them boys sitting in that sun on that second, when that sun started to dip, you getting the hardest part of that sun.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the other team playing in the same conditions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, it is what it is. They just might be a little bit more acclimated to it. But they playing in the same heat.
How much you think them guys, them shade holders, how much you think they was getting paid over there to hold them down?
I tell you what, I'm like, Coach, I need some shade too. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm holding these damn things up. I don't know. I don't know. I'm like, look here, I want my ring at a discount.
We always talk about our conservative play. You think our conservative play calling was? What you think about a conservative play in the second half, Meach? Was it too conservative?
I I think you spelled non-existent wrong. It's not conservative. It was non-existent in the second half. I mean, we weren't running anything. We weren't doing anything, man. They scored what they scored what 19 in the second half. 19. We got
I'll say 17. We gave them 2.
We gave them that
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We gave them two. We gave them two. So they scored 17 points in the second half. Two. I mean, we got 7 out of that, man. It just was non-existent in the second half, man. It really was making me angry. Watching these boys after halftime because I'm all hyped up. I was like, all right, let's go, man. They're going into halftime. Come on, let's get ready. You know what I'm saying? And they coming out like, what's going on? What's happening right now? So yeah, I won't say conservative. I'm gonna say non-existent.
I got you, non-existent. What you think,
I definitely think it definitely changed. But what I don't get is why are we doing these plays that are sort of in the back of the playbook only in the red zone? You know what I'm saying? So we could have pulled out some of these other plays, especially in the fourth quarter. It's like the whole third quarter, nothing worked. You know what I'm saying? So in the fourth quarter, you got to be like, okay, we got these plays that we executed that we haven't did before. That's working in the red zone, got us touchdowns, the fake tush push, the shuffle passes to the tight end. Why aren't we doing other plays? And we ran that tight end play twice, right? The fake tush push, we're gonna kind of put that on a different level. But the shuffle pass to the tight end, that's one play we ran twice that we never ran before. Should have been a whole, especially when we were up. We didn't know we was gonna have a shitty second half, until we had a shitty second half. But once we were up, we should have started mixing it up because we had some room to play with. You know what I'm saying? It was 24-6 at halftime. We had some room to play with. So I think we should have expanded on that that diversified playbook in the beginning of the second half. Even if it's just to get them off their toes, get them on their toes. A play here, a play there, but we still didn't, we didn't phase them. They came back, or they didn't come back, but they regrouped. They had a good halftime chat. And they put some points on the board.
Yeah, because usually when I watch these past 4 games we played, usually the first half I'm already I'm getting my 2 blocks of ice. I'm pouring the brown stuff in my cup. I see. That's how I'm doing in the first half. Usually, and then the second half I'm like, woo, I'm cheering too much. But this time it was like total opposite. I was all happy in the first half. I'm like, yeah, this is a cake. We about to kill these boys.
Yeah, I really thought we was gonna keep the gas on in the second half, but I guess they ran out.
Second half, I'm going to the cabinet, get my ice cubes. I'm pouring my drink in the second half, but it was just like, what is going on?
There's no way we have AJ Brown on one side. You have Devontae on the other side, and we are not getting any passes to these guys. We don't switch them up. You know what I'm saying? And I hate to throw this out there. Hey, but real is real. The Cowboys were doing a great job with CeeDee Lamb. You know what I'm saying? Put him in different spots. You put him on different sides. You put him in the slot. You do all these type of different things with him. That's what the hell we need to be doing. We don't do none of that stuff, man. We don't do that. Every once in a while, they may put AJ in the slot, and what's going to happen from there when we're going, third and short or something like that. He's going to do that to get the first down. We know that. I know that, and y'all know that. The fans know that. But we need to do it on the other plays, man. Like you said, man, just for no reason, switch it up. I want our offense to be looking like the Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? They running all types of playbooks. They making shit up in the sand. You do this, and you look over here. You do this, and that's what they doing, man. Yeah. The boys are running like a machine. The Lions are running like a smooth machine.
It's just their defense like you gonna fall down. Yeah, they getting after it. You think it's because we talking about this play calling real quick? Do y'all think it's because we got a first year play caller as our offensive coordinator? He never called plays before. This is his first time calling plays.
See, we having the same problems we had after we won the Super Bowl, right? The last time we won the Super Bowl, we got to the Super Bowl. We bring those people in here that never called plays before us, and like what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? I don't care what are we doing, man. We could have brought anybody else inside of here, get us some play experience. And if you don't, this is where I say Jalen Hurts pisses me off because this is the coach's first year doing it. If whatever plays they call and he's not running it right, this is where I need you to have that QB maturity to say, hey, I got this from here. Put it on my shoulders. I got it from here. Right? I'm calling this. I'm switching this up. I see the defense is running this. I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? They bringing this man over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they bringing the safety in. I'm going to flex on the seam. I'm going to do whatever they got to do. I'm going to get these guys the ball. I'm going to distribute the ball. I'm going to keep the defense guessing. They make the job easy for Todd Bowles. They make Todd Bowles look great.
Sure did.
Red Jet, the Green Bay are looking good. They didn't look good on that last drive they had last night. Jordan Love couldn't manage his clock right, but Green Bay are looking good.
I'm gonna tell you, I'll tell you like this, and you probably never hear me say this again. The Cowboys deserved to win that game last night. The way they came, the way they drove down that field, at first, of course, I wanted them to lose, but when they drove down that field, I was like, y'all deserve to win. Y'all deserve to win. The Green Bay, they ain't won it. They ain't won it bad enough, man. They ain't won it bad enough.
Well, hey, Red Jet, Chicago's quarterback. I mean, Chicago's coach was the offensive coordinator of the Lions last year. So that's why they absolutely have a playbook on them. They just need their offensive line. That's what's holding them back. And Caleb Williams, you know what I mean? He stopped worrying about what polish he gonna put on his nails this week, and they can actually run a offense. I mean, they got our guy up there that we gave from them. We gave him a little help. But their offensive line was doing. I mean, he had the most sacks last year. Caleb Williams got sacked 68 times or something like that last year. I mean, the most in the entire league. And so they coming in fixing that. They got a couple additions on Chicago that should make them right. But I mean, this guy, he was an offensive genius from the Lions, so they should be doing what they're doing. But Dallas should have won that game. Dallas is looking good. CeeDee Lamb is out, man. We just have to catch up to the field.
Yep.
So
we're not going to beat Dallas, but they played last night.
Yeah, like in saying that,
and Green Bay too. Actually,
we have 4 games this season. We played some, powerhouse teams. We barely winning, but we still got some powerhouse teams out there that we haven't played yet. So how is our team holding up against that competition, Gotti?
As of yesterday, not good. I think we should. We should be able to knock off Denver. I think we should use this game as the fix from yesterday. You know, all the things that they came up with, what we did wrong and everything like that. Hopefully, they'll be able to apply them to a less powerful team to kind of get everybody's feet wet. But you know, any given Sunday, right? And we're gonna be there to see it. But we definitely gotta we're definitely not playing, like I said, we would have lost to the Cowboys if they played us like they did last night. We probably would have lost to Green Bay if we played like they did last night. We still got Green Bay, right? And we still got Dallas coming up. But right now, the second half, like I said, we had to treat yesterday like a loss so we can get better. So we'll need to focus on all the things that we did right because we did too many things wrong. We need to focus on those things we did wrong, treat yesterday like a loss, you know what I'm saying? Hit those things hard that we failed on and apply that stuff next week when we played Denver.
I can't even call it better competition. You know what I'm saying? On paper, statistically, the Cowboys are at the top, right? I mean, not at the top. You know, they're great. We played the Chiefs. I mean, they're at the top of the game. The Rams, they're at the top of the game. The Buccaneers, so I mean, we won a Super Bowl, so we're obviously going to have a tougher schedule. So all of these teams are good. We actually get a little break statistically coming up. I mean, we got the Broncos, the Giants, the Vikings, the Giants again, you know what I'm saying? So that's a 4-game stretch right there. We expect to come out 4-0, but at least 3-1 coming out of those games. I mean, 2 games against the Giants. If we fall to Jackson Dart, come on, man. You're going to see me pissed off. You're going to see me pissed off when we fall to Jackson Dart. I'm going to tell you that now. But the Broncos, they're doing their thing. They getting ready to play right now. The Vikings, I'm ready to play them because of that red-headed joker that's on their team quarterbacking right now. We know who it is, Carson Wentz. They're doing it. So I want to destroy them. The 2 Giants, let's destroy them as well. And then, look towards November when we play the Packers. That should be our next real game statistically. The 4 games we just played, that was a gauntlet.
Yeah, you're right. It was a gauntlet.
That was a gauntlet.
It was a gauntlet.
They try to hit us up over the head early.
Yeah, early.
Yeah, they did.
The teams are already set, for the most part, for years out. They might pick the divisions are changed, but the schedule is how they put us in the gauntlet. Like we were already playing these teams that we played, but at the end of the season, that's how they stack the deck against us and try to get us knocked out early.
Yeah,
and right now we still undefeated. Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, at this time, we should come through with these next, like you said, 4-0 or 3-1. But the way we playing right now, man, I'm just like,
I'm telling you, man. It's and the reason I keep saying you got to treat this as a loss, man. You play different after you lose. You know what I'm saying? Don't walk away and be like, okay, yeah, we suck, but we still won. They need to go in there and they need to rip them players as if we lost, and they should be ripping each other after that second half performance. You know what I'm saying, on both sides of the ball. Like I said, defense, other than those two big plays, they didn't play that bad. I think the run defense could have been better. A couple plays that was getting like 6, 7, 8 yards a pop, but the tackling has increased exponentially.
Yeah, it was some good tackling. It was some good tackling yesterday. And then we talked about Saquon a little bit, and how stale our. So what's going on with our running game, Meech? What's going on with it?
It's just kind of predictable, man. When you have a team that's totally focused, there was a few games last year where Saquon got stopped, and that's what stopped him from getting to 2,000 yards. I mean, we played Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Saints. Was it the Saints? We played. He didn't even run 70 yards against those three teams. You know what I'm saying? So he's Saquon, but I mean, some teams, they're going to run your number when they know that's all we're doing, and they're able to bring all of those guys up and prepare for that run. And Jalen isn't doing anything to audible on the line to throw it right over their heads. That's the point I keep going back to Jalen Hurts of not being able to change up against the defense that they're presenting to us.
What you think, Gotti?
Like I said earlier, man, I definitely think we gotta throw. What's my man's name? The other running back.
Dylan.
We got to put him in the mix more, man. We got to put him in the mix more. Get Saquon some more breathers and everything like that. We seen how we were successful when we threw Gainwell in there for a couple of plays. Last year, he got some good yardage, but we're not. I don't think we're doing the same thing with AJ Dillon. Like I said, he got the ball. He came in the game, 12 yard banger on him. You know what I'm saying? Is it because of him? Is it because of the defense? Is it, were they not expecting him to run because he was in there? They're more worried about Saquon. I don't know, but I think we need to start mixing it up. Get a 2 running back look like Detroit does. You know what I'm saying? We don't want it to be when AJ Dillon is in, it's gonna be a pass. He's in there for pass protection. Gotta mix it up. Saquon, it could be either one. If he's going out to the as a split back, you already know what the play is going to be. All right, we got to mix some things up.
The same way we suck in when Jalen Hurts isn't distributing the ball to our receivers, our tight ends, our running backs, the same way that he's getting overworked and forcing passes in there this looking ridiculous is the same way Saquon is having to be overworked when he gets the ball to run. That's why Saquon almost went out when he almost strained his goddamn left knee. Yep. You see what I'm saying? When they bit that knee, because he's trying to do too much because he has to do that to try to get the game. Y'all saw before the game, he put it out. He reached out to Adrian Peterson, all the other running back greats, talking about this ain't working. What's going on? What do you see? And all of this stuff. He's getting overworked. It's becoming too predictable on our offense.
What's up, Duke?
What up, man? Hey, your boy Fresh back in town, man. Running a little late, but guess what? We in here. Okay, all those naysayers out there that said it was too hot. Guess what? It was too hot. Too hot. Better run for shelter. Better run. Right. I don't want to hear none of that they were talking about. They ain't gonna be ready. Ain't no one trying to hear none of that. They wasn't ready. They the ones out there falling out, faking injuries, trying to get some rest. That wasn't us. Right. That wasn't us. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that we was slacking. I don't want to hear none of that. We 4-0, let's go.
Like the head is though.
Yeah, Duke. You see, Duke got the Super Bowl ring on over there. He ready.
Well, I was let go last year. You know what I'm saying? I was going for a head coaching job, but I did not. But by that time, they already filled my spot. So I'm just getting that. And I think Michi got the job that I'm supposed to be getting. But it's okay.
Ain't no hard feelings, but ain't no hard feelings. I got y'all some tickets. Ain't no hard feelings. You
I got the
you
one.
could
I
have went
got the
on
one I
Indeed just
applied
like I
for.
did. All of y'all could have went on Indeed just like I did. I was
Right.
shocked too when they called me for the job. I was shocked.
Hey, I'm good. I got the one I applied for. Y'all gonna see me out there Sunday passing out water.
Hey, them boys be getting paid. Them boys be getting paid out there. Water boys be getting paid out there. All right, so since we got Duke fresh on the stage,
Yeah.
what we got Duke? What you got? But who, as far as our defensive players, who stood out to you yesterday as far as the defense goes?
I mean, Zach Bond made some big time plays. You know, Cooper DeJean made some big time plays. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's between them two. You know what I'm saying? Zach Bond was really into it. He was getting in the backfield, breaking up run lanes. I'm gonna give it to Zach Bond last weekend, just mainly because of the level of intensity that he played with. You know what I'm saying? Making those crucial stops when need be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Zach Bond just off that, based off that.
What do you think, Meech?
Man, that's hard, man. I mean,
man.
you know, the easy ticket is just to call out them boys. You know, Coop had 9 tackles. You know, man, Zach Bond was over the field. Jihad, you know, he got the pick in the end zone, which really, you know, turned the tides and all of this type of stuff, man. So it's hard. It just nobody was really playing as consistent throughout the entire game to me to give them that ball, man. That's just what it is. If I gotta give it to somebody, I'm gonna give it, you know, like you said, Bond or somebody. You know what I'm saying? He doing the thing because it was most consistent throughout the entirety of the game. So
yeah. What you think, Gotti?
Hey, whoever blocked that kick, you know what I'm saying? Like that, to me, that's what sets the tone. That's the moment where, you know, you go out there, you hype, you're ready to play, but something happens where everybody should be just like, all right, you know, this is it. You know, boom, 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 boom. Those guys in the secondary, I think they had good games, but I don't think they did anything to set the tone.
yeah,
I think that pump block, their first series, boom, not only a block, we scored a touchdown, we up, you know, we visiting, they was talking all that stuff about the heat and all that stuff like that. Boom, we up. We didn't even have an offense on the field yet. The tone should be set right now. But as far as everybody else, like, you know, we didn't have any, you know, monstrous sacks for like no losses or anything like that. The fumble came late. You know, the tone should already be set by then. But I think that, to me, that pump block is what set the tone.
No, I will say this. You know, hey, Quinyon was getting targeted a lot.
He was.
And he got his mans a lot on them targets. And for him to come in like that, put pressure, not bow down to his chirping, and granted, you almost got yourself caught up with once or twice, but I really feel like Quinyon had a point to prove that game. I really do. I feel like something was going on behind the scenes because he immediately went at Baker, like immediately.
Hey, he was talking shit to Baker. He was talking shit to Baker at the beginning.
Somewhere we missed it, or maybe we just didn't see it. But at some point, Baker said something to piss him off, and that's why he got to be.
Now we talk about all this. What's been going? Matter of fact, across the league, what's really been going on? What's up with these pump blocks? It's been pump blocks and field goal blocks. It's been like I ain't never seen it like this before.
Well, you know,
what's going on?
Hey, we started it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be like us. You know what I'm saying? We started it. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Davis ended it. Now everybody want to do the same thing we doing. You know, it's a copycat league out here. It's a copycat. Hey, got it. It's a copycat league.
Shaking things up. But you know, so Tampa is 2 weeks in a row with a block kick. So I mean, our special teams coordinator may have seen something, may have seen that kink in the armor, you know what I'm saying, and did something to, you know, coach those guys up to expose them. But of course, after that shit happened, it ain't happened again. So you know, they mended that kink up. But yeah, throughout the league, man, a lot of block kicks, them punts and field goals, man. It's crazy. I don't think I've seen this many, you know, in one weekend. Well, of course, last weekend was the most. Like that. I don't know. I don't know, man. It was just the week of the special teams or something.
I tell you. Hey, shout out to Joel Perez. There he is. Shout out to him. First time seeing you up here, bro. Appreciate you.
So, you know, at the end of the game, all said and done, we gave it 25 points. You think that was more about our defensive lapses or Tampa's execution? What you think, Meech?
D, all of the above. Defensive lapses on those two plays. because it was really like we said earlier, it was really those two plays that they got that 71-yarder, 63-yarder. If it wasn't for that, the score wouldn't be as close as it was. So, I mean, our defense was doing it up. They gave up those two big plays to put them back in the game. They gave them the insight they was coming on, but I mean, they held them to 6 points in the first half. So the defense was doing their job. Baker just executed on that time. Doing this thing, his offensive credit to his offensive line. I mean, on the second play, he gave him 7 seconds. He was scrambling for 7 seconds for Bucky or Irving get past Jihad on the second touchdown play. It's a 71-yarder. So I would give it to more so the execution, just because they held it up for so long versus just total failure on our defensive part.
What you think, Duke?
Well, it goes along with what Meek said, because if you look at some of the plays and you look at Nick Fangio, if you look at some of his reactions on those deep passes, he was even mad. So the coverages that he was calling was actually supposed to work. Somehow,
calling.
Oh, my bad. Guess what? The defensive packages that Meek was calling, somehow, some way, them boys wasn't executing. And because they wasn't executing, that's why Tampa's execution was so much better. And I feel like Baker was gonna honestly have a point to prove once Quignon started getting in his face. Because after that, it was more or less like, okay, now Baker, now that we in his head, he's gonna try to force these things. And now that he's gonna force them, that's gonna give us a chance to fucking to combat what he's doing. So the defensive lapses, Vic and Meech, look, I don't know what y'all need to do. I don't know what y'all need to talk about, but y'all need to get together. Okay, so that I'm this week, that's on you. That's on you.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. It's on you. Fix it.
You can take the crappiest quarterback in the league, right? That's in the NFL right now, compared to the other ones, right? And they're still greater than 99% of the other quarterbacks this in college, they coulda, woulda, beens, and all of this type of stuff. Right. If you take the statistically bottom quarterback in the entire NFL and you give them 7 to 8 seconds, they're going to find a hole too. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, is that I give it to that execution, because you could have gave anybody those 7 seconds, or most anybody, if you give them that time, if there's no hands in their face and the people are constantly running around for 7 seconds, you're going to find somebody open.
Well, remember like we said last year? We got to be gnats.
We got to be gnats.
In the face. Got to be gnats on them. Got to be irritating. Got to. So I don't know what you and Vic going to do, but y'all got a week to figure it out.
Yeah.
Somebody figure it out.
You got a week to figure it out. Well, what I'm saying, we hit all our points today, and like I said, it's 52 minutes in. We had a great show.
Yes,
thank all our fans out there. Appreciate y'all tuning into us. But always don't forget to hit that blue bell so you get that notification when we come back on live. What you got for the fans, dude? You got anything for the fans out there?
Yeah, man, I got, I want to give a special shout out to Detention Art, on Instagram. If you don't follow them, you need to follow them. Detention Art, man, real good set of people over there, man. We really appreciate you guys and what you guys do for the NFL world. And, shout out to you and your company. Shout out to all you guys. And super special shout out to all the USO workers down at the Philadelphia International, man. I really appreciate y'all. I want to thank you. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think her name's Carla. Shout out to you for recognizing me in the USO. I really, really appreciate it. And all the people that was down at Myrtle Beach airport that was saying "Go Birds" to me. Hey, shout out to you guys too, man. Oh, and special shout out to D_DJ something. Can't remember your name, but you followed me on the plane. So appreciate it.
You got iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Don't it got a little notepad on there?
It's dead. I spent all day with that. It's dead. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about when you was in the airport, when you was meeting all these people. You ain't type their name in. You ain't type their name in the.
Nah.
Nah.
Follow me on YouTube. I don't need your contact information.
What you got for the people out there, Meech?
Hey, man, peace, love, and hair grease, man. We appreciate everybody showing up, man. Next week, we're going against the Broncos, man. Tune in again Saturday, 10 o'clock a.m. Saturday, Eastern time. We're going to give you another show to talk about. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come on, and we'll see you back next week.
What you got for him, Gotti?
Hey, thank y'all for joining in.
Right.
Good luck to your team, and unless you're the Cowboys next weekend. and the Broncos.
Yeah, and the Broncos.
And you know what's bad about this whole thing? Not only could they not win the game, they couldn't even lose the game. Man, you couldn't lose. What's going on? Hey, out there. Oh, hey, shout out to my baby sister out there. I'm saying her birthday's today. I ain't gonna say the age. I'm saying her birthday's today. Shout out to her.
Is she
yeah,
on?
what's going on, man? Go Bird.
Hey, sis, with your big head.
Hey, we have 551, fellas. Hey, we almost there. Hey, get us to 600, y'all. Because as soon as we get to 6, we're gonna need 7. So just let's get to 6 right now.
But more importantly, get us to those viewing hours.
That's right. That's what we need. That's right, out there. That's right.
Go Birds.
Birds. Hey, rate my theme music. I'm the host next week. Know that. Let's go.
Othello on the beat.